Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. And
Morning.
thank you, Piper, for sending everybody over here. I said I was ready, but I lied. I've been running in the back end like, oh my God, I forgot to do that. Yeah, I need a drink of coffee. Look, Joe, look at this.
Nice. I love it.
A little bit of the swag. Yeah, see, there it is right there. How's everybody doing today? Thank you, everybody, for coming on in here. Joe, welcome. Appreciate you being here as always. I messaged Joe and I'm like, dude, Piper's coming early, and he's like, I'm still getting ready. So we were rushing around to get ready, but we appreciate all of you being here and coming in, and glad we could start early and kind of help out with things. You know the drill. Hit that like button. Subscribe if you're new. We're going to give the chat a shout out because Lord knows we got a bunch of people coming in here. Craig is in the house saying first. All right, there you go. Love it. Love it. Dylan in the house. And Dylan, thank you for getting back to me with that. I appreciate it. Yeah, I didn't get that initial message, but appreciate you being here and sending me that message. We got to get, for those who don't know, Dylan was the winner of the Ballet wallet in the giveaways that we did on Friday night's Crypto on the Rocks. We did a bunch of giveaways, including one of these bad boys right here, and a bunch of hats. And shout out to Shuby, man. He literally printed those hats right there during the stream. So shout out to him. Army Piper in the house. Yes, appreciate you being here. And thank you again for sending everybody over. That's right. Bingos and bangos. Because Joe is going to be talking some good stuff later. And LBC in the house. Appreciate you. Alexandra G is in the house. Mod Queen. Put those Mod Queen emojis in the chat. David Brumbelow in the house. Appreciate everybody kind of jumping right on in here. Appreciate all of you. Dave P in the house. All right. Kevin from Lakeland, Florida. I love how he puts that every single time. I appreciate that, man. That's so awesome. I appreciate it. Oh, all right. Just zipping through, making sure I did not miss anyone. Doesn't look like I did. You know what I am going to do right here? We're going to turn on the comments. So we'll have the live comments up on the screen. Joe, there is a lot of Bitcoin news going on today. So we got some stuff to kind of talk about a little bit before we get to your Bitcoin charts. So I hope you're up for some conversation here this morning.
Let's do it. I just want Bitcoin to pump. Like I'm so tired of this chop.
Did you see Piper was pointing it out on his show this morning? How like the whole weekend it was just like flatline. It just like flatline there. Amazing. There you go. There it is. LBC from Memphis. All right. It reminds me of the Elvis song, you know. Is it Walking in Memphis? I think it is. Anyway, let that go because Lord knows I can't sing. But here we go. Let's start off with the Bitcoin news. First one of the day right here. Ethiopia announcing that they have earned over $200 million in the last 6 months, mind you, from mining Bitcoin.
Wow.
Holy moly. Now, we've talked about this, Joe, like countries was Bhutan. We highlighted here in a previous live stream. And you know what? We knew there were other countries mining behind the scenes. And here you go. Here's some of the proof right here. And 200 million in Bitcoin mined in 6 months. Like, wow. That's all I got for that. That's all I got. What do we got here? Jesse is in the house. Uncle Jesse emojis in the chat. Appreciate Jesse being here. And there you go. Yes, smash up that like, what he just said. And all right, let's keep going right now because, again, we got a bunch of Bitcoin-related stuff going on here. I just saw this morning, so I just added it to the stream. But I thought it was huge. Jack Dorsey, obviously, I'm guessing most of the people here know who he is, former owner and operator, I guess, for lack of a better word, of X, formerly Twitter at that time, says that he is launching a Bitcoin-inspired messaging app called BitChat, decentralized, censorship-resistant communication. That's actually kind of a huge thing, I think. And I'm getting blown up crazy right now on Telegram, so I'm sorry I forgot to shut that down in the background. I'll do that when Joe takes over the stream here. So if you're hearing that in the background, apologies. Joe, what do you think about this? I mean, I think anything being built on Bitcoin is probably good news.
Yeah, there's a lot of these already, decentralized chat messaging apps. But because it's Jack and because it's on the Bitcoin chain, it'd be good, especially for people who don't know that there's other ones like this. I mean, and it's so funny too. Like any one that you see is like, oh man, like this is really great. But then you go and you do research, like, oh, there's like 30 other ones. Like, but because it's Jack and he's about Bitcoin and everything else, so I think it'll be good, but they already have them out, in my opinion.
Well, the only thing I'll say about that is I hope it's easier to utilize than
the
Nostr.
speed of
Than Nostr. You know what I'm saying? Because the Bitcoin Nostr, which is the Bitcoin
okay,
social media thing,
right?
I gave up. I'm not gonna lie. I started doing it and then I gave up. But so hopefully this messaging app is much easier to use than that. All right, let's keep on going. I saw this, and we cannot not talk Elon Musk when Elon is in the news talking Bitcoin, right? Basically saying, now for those who haven't heard, Elon came out, I think it was over the weekend, basically saying that he is creating a new American party for politics. And he's got mixed support with regard to that, mixed support, but he's saying that basically that party will embrace Bitcoin because fiat is hopeless. I like that part. I don't know. Listen, no matter what you think, okay, not to get into politics too much, but let's be honest. I mean, our two-party system is basically a one-party system. I mean, that's just facts. Now, whether a third party, technically we have a third party in the Libertarian Party, but a new third party trying to represent most Americans, I'm not against it, but I gotta see. I don't know. But the fact that they want to embrace, or he says they're going to embrace Bitcoin, I think that's, again, huge. A huge move. Because we know politics is a dirty business. We hear it from Daniel Diaz all the time. You don't want to know how they make the sausage or the politics behind the legislation. Excuse me,
so,
Joe, anything you want to add to that?
When it comes to that, yeah. So when it comes to that, I'm just happy that we're talking more about Bitcoin than we have been in, the past few years. So, with Elon Musk saying his new American party, I think he got the taste of the kind of like the power. I mean, he's already smart, he's already powerful and everything else. He's got a lot of money, but just the power of, the government. I think he got the taste of that, and he just wants more. So that's what I think. I don't know.
You know what, Joe? You're probably right, man. I mean, and you're right. He was in those seats of power. He was very, I don't know, influential, I guess, for lack of a better word, during the election cycle and so on. So yeah, Joe, I think you might be hitting on the proverbial money right there. All right. Listen, we got some new people jumping in. Welcome to everybody that's kind of coming in here. Appreciate it. And
I'm actually responding. Yeah, so actually I got the most sleep I've had pretty much last night than I've had like all week, maybe 2 weeks, maybe a week and a half. So I think I put in a good I don't even know, maybe 7 hours. So it was good. I just woke up. I woke up a few times, I woke up a few times, but it's like, nope, let me get another hour or two. And so So yeah, if man, I it'll give me another hour to like fully wake up, but yeah, I feel good.
Yeah, I know, I get it. Gold miner James is in the house. Welcome. And there you go. See, Jesse approves. See, there it is. There it is. Yeah, give him, like I said, give him another hour or so, right? Drunk on Crypto in the house. Love if listen, you like Crypto on the Rocks, you may like that show. We run a little concurrent on Friday nights, but that's all right. They start a little ahead of me, so there you go. And BC Port Corp in the house. Don't forget tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern time, myself, BC Port Corp, and Crypto Bedell will be live for Hot on the Line tonight. So make sure you're showing up for that. All right, let's keep going here. We got some more Bitcoin news, and then we'll take a look at the fear and greed. We're going to obviously let Joe go through the Bitcoin charts. We're going to look at the debt, the DOGE, and a bunch of other stuff, including some gold information going on at the very end of the stream. So let's bring this up. And you've probably already heard it, if I can get it to work. There we go. That massive amounts of Bitcoin from like Satoshi era wallets moving all over the place. And you know what? Good for them for like hodling from when Bitcoin was like 20 cents to 100 grand right now. So I don't know, Joe, what do you think? What are we going to be seeing some major dumpage, or what are you thinking?
For me, this kind of is more FUD than anything else, in my opinion. Fear, uncertainty, and doubt.
Yep.
But it is kind of scary, just knowing that these wallets they're waking up and they're put into exchanges. It's like, why now? Like, what's the purpose of that? Well, the purpose is so they can sell. That's usually why they do it. If not, they can just transfer it to another wallet versus transferring it to an actual exchange where they can sell. Now, granted, though, isn't it when you have a whole bunch, and this is a true question, when you have a whole, and probably BC would know, when you have a whole bunch of crypto, whether it's Bitcoin or any kind of crypto, when you have a whole bunch, wouldn't you want to sell it peer-to-peer rather than actually on an exchange? Because when you do it on the exchange, you're actually losing money because you're selling it lower and lower, so you're getting less and less money, versus if you just sell a huge chunk to a particular person who can buy it, so that's the whole thing that I see is like, why would you put it to the exchange just to scare people if you're going to sell it when you can just sell it to a peer-to-peer and not wreck yourself? Because you want to get, because I'm selling it, I want to get the most money I can, but I can't do that if I put it on an exchange and sell. I have to have just one, to where it doesn't hit the market. That's pretty much.
No, that slippage is definitely a real concern, I guess, especially if you're selling that quantity of BTC. But maybe they're going to be negotiating behind the scenes, kind of OTC with these centralized exchanges to sell it, but on the backside to add liquidity to some of these exchanges. I don't know, just a thought, which again wouldn't affect the price because it would be backside OTC kind of thing. I don't know, just a thought, but yeah, it is a concern, and I get why the markets would be like, oh, holy crap, you know what I mean? I completely get it. All right. Couple more things, Joe, and I'm getting into the parts that I really like right now. We're gonna show this because we just had July 4th here, and I love it. Fully mobile Bitcoin mining rig was spotted operating on the lawn outside the U.S. Capitol. I love it. On July 4th, and here's the actual video. They back out of it. I think that's huge. That is, I mean, and what it's all about, right? With regard to the Bitcoin mining, I get it, July 4th, and boom, but freedom money right there, right? And literally just the expenditure of the energy to keep mining. Why not? And we're gonna back that up with this, Joe. You and I love talking about this. Bitcoin miner, solo miner hits a block. I love when the solo miners hit a block, man. I love it.
Yeah, was that on Friday?
I believe you are correct. Yes.
Yeah, I saw that. I was like, another one? Man, that makes me
Yes.
want to run out and buy like 1,000,000 of these little miners and just roll the dice. Let's go.
Listen, I plan to buy me another BitX today, so check in, hodl the line. I'll let you know if I got that completed. I started shifting around my BTC so I can use my BTC to go ahead and buy another one of those suckers today. Let's see, just checking in to see Melissa is in the house. Melissa, appreciate you being here. Haven't seen you in a while. All set. All set is here. Now it's a party. Now it's a party. All right, here we go. We're going to go take a quick look at the fear and greed index. And then Joe's going to get into the Bitcoin chart. So sit tight. You know the drill. Here we go. Fear and greed. And again, this resets in about 8 hours, as always, when we're here on the live stream on a Monday. And wow, greedy people out there, Joe. Some greedy people at 73. Well, I mean, it doesn't surprise me, I guess, with all the news, all the Bitcoin news. I mean, look how much Bitcoin news we just had prior to even getting to this. And that's not even counting the other crypto news. Does this surprise you at all?
Kind of it does. Like, because we're so close to all-time high, but then we haven't been doing anything. Like, it's so incredibly boring. Like, it's ridiculous. So that number, it does kind of surprise me, but then it doesn't. It surprised me because, well, it's up that high and we're not doing nothing.
I got you. And yes, I did say it's a party now. So yeah. Granted, though, it ain't the same kind of party that you get on Crypto on the Rocks on a Friday night. But yeah, there it is. There it is. What? Oh, BC giving me. Oh, very nice. Very nice. Yes. And yeah, Dave P appreciates that. Awesome. Yes. If I had to use my OF profits, I'd have no anything, even clothes on my back. Just saying. Just putting that out there. All right, Joe. Are you ready to take over the show?
Let's do it. It's going to be quick this time. It's going to be really quick, but let's do it.
All right. Here it is. Bam.
All right. Bitcoin. This on the 1 hour time frame. We've been talking about this quite a bit, especially on our show. At the very beginning of the show, we talk about all this stuff. But on the 1 hour time frame, it's just doing nothing. It's looking like crap. And then, of course, the price did come up. And when day before yesterday, we were talking about it, and I believe it was right here. And I was saying, it doesn't look good. To me, it looks kind of weak. If anything, I'm thinking possibly come down here to maybe come down here, but it could go up. Like, nobody knows what's going to happen. And sure enough, it did go up really nicely too. It went up, and then I think there was one person on the stream saying, well, I think it might go up. It's making higher lows. I was like, yeah, but it's also making lower highs. So it like, to me, just if we just zoom out, and that's the biggest thing that you want to do. Like, for me, I trade level by level, but I'm not just zoomed in level by level. I'm actually like zoomed down. Y'all see that all the time. If y'all watch the show, y'all see that I go on the daily. I see where the bigger picture might go to. Then I go to the 4 hour, the 1 hour, so on and so forth. But just looking at this 1 hour time frame, it was just looking just horrible, looking really weak. And I mentioned that if we had Bollinger Bands on at this moment, they'd be really, really tight. And what did the Bollinger Band say? They say it's going to move. Does it say either way, up or down? Nope, sure doesn't. Sure enough, it started coming down, and then it tricked people, and then it went straight up, came down. Beautiful retest. As far as the 618. If you do a fib retracement from here to here, you'll see 618, beautiful retest. Then it came up again, another very beautiful retest. Then it's coming up. So now, if I was looking at this, I was like, okay, well, I thought it was going to come down, but again, nobody knows what's going to happen. Then it starts, coming up, but now, I mean, it's literally doing a lower high, and now it looks like it might start coming up again. So for me, if I were just to kind of just zoom out and just kind of start the thought process, let's go to here. Joe, you said it was going to be quick. It kind of is. If we just kind of
Take
start
your
the
time.
thought process from looking at the highs as far as the previous season or the very first season to the second season, to me, like it doesn't look strong, in my opinion. Now, others may disagree with me, but to me, it doesn't look strong. We had this really nice move up, but look at this. We had this really nice move up, and then what happened? It rolled over. Here we have this really nice move up. It's trying to stay up here. We're actually doing a higher high, which is great. Coming down here, and like right now, I say this week, maybe the next week, we really see, is it going to do something like this, where it comes down about here, which would be good, to about here, to start coming up to now. Once it crosses this level, now I'm more bullish, because now we're in this zone from the first cycle to the second cycle. Now I'm bullish, but until we get there, even though macro, the bigger picture, we are bullish, but I'm more looking to maybe the price coming down to maybe here. This will be a good spot for the price to come down to, which would be roughly around 95.2. So for us to kind of reset, come down to about here, which would be in this zone, then start doing this number. Now I'm good. So I'm good either way. For us to be bearish, well, then that's when we need to break one of these bigger levels, these bigger pivots, which would be about 76. So it could travel anywhere in here and still be bullish on the overall process, because, well, we just keep on going up. But as far as like actually trading, this is my thought process. For us to, in my opinion, it'll be healthier if we did come down first before going up. So either way, you're looking at it. Could we go up from here? Sure. Like, it can do anything. But Joe, don't you see the divergence, and don't you see this and that, Bob? Man, if I can show you 1,000 divergences that didn't play out, or if they did play out, they played out very little. I'm looking at the structure, I'm looking at the price action, but that's my thought process. I do think that potentially we might come down. Could we go up? Sure. Could I be wrong? 100%. I'm never will I ever say I know what's going, because nobody does. Nobody knows what's going to happen. But I think that
you're always right some of the time, Joe.
Exactly. Because what they do, you said it, they say, well, it could go up and it could do this, or it could go down and it could do this, or it could go this. Join my group. In my group, I'm 87% correct. And the first time I heard somebody say that, I was like, no way did he just say that. I should have recorded it. No way did he just say that. I was like, if you're saying it's going to go up or down or sideways, how can you not be 100% correct? But he's 87% correct. I was like, all right, dude. But that's what they do. Like, if you listen to people who have something to sell you, they will tell you a bunch of different ways, and then when it works their way, they'll just kind of drill it in your head. You see, guys, I'm right. If it crosses the 200 or for the POC, and they just drill in your head that they're right. Join their group. So you don't really listen to all the stuff that doesn't play out. You're keen onto what does play out. For me, since I have nothing to sell you, I let you know the wins, the losses, the ups, the downs. I stress the fact that I don't know what's going to happen. There are a lot of times where I will do my thought process and I am spot on. For example, here, I thought it was going to come up and stop here. What happened? It came up, stopped here. I thought it was going to come down, bounce off of this white line, came down, bounced pretty much on the white line, came down, broke above it, and then we have another bounce here. But all this is just thought process as it's happening, which everybody likes to do retro mentorship. They like to do a hindsight hustler. They tell you what already happened. Here, I'm showing you what I think might happen. Sometimes I'm spot on. Sometimes I'm not. Some people say, oh, Joe, there's too many arrows. Well, I don't know what's going to happen. So if it goes up, I'm thinking it'll do this. If it comes down, I think it's going to do this. If it goes up from here, I think it might do this. So nobody knows what's going to happen. It was funny. Yesterday, I got somebody, it's one of the trollers. I laugh because there's nobody who could be this like the size of the brain could be that small and function in life. There's no way.
Right.
And like you have too many, because I made a comment like, oh, Joe, you have too many arrows. But no, it's I have those arrows because I don't know what's going to happen. If it does this, well, then this might happen. If it does this, then this might happen. But yeah, that's my so much for that being quick.
No, man, but listen, that's okay. That's good. We started early, so we got to try and get it long.
There you go.
You don't have to start early. But listen, speaking of Joe starting early, we're going to be heading over to Joe's live stream directly from here. If you are on YouTube, which the majority of the people are, there are some people on X. Welcome to everybody that's on X. But if you're on YouTube, you're going to get forwarded right over there. We're going to be going and raid his stream live, a CCM raid going on to Trade Intuition. A couple of things I just want to highlight right now. BC says he's on his way to a job interview. BC, man, good luck.
Good luck.
Hope everything goes well. I'm sure it will. But just good luck. And Craig, solid right there. Solid. Just hodl, man. Just hodl. Can't go wrong with that. Exactly. And let's see. There we go. I thought I froze, but that was you. Okay. And Steve Hickey in the house. Appreciate you being here, Steve. Thank you, sir. And all right, let's keep going. Listen, we're going to do, before we go to Joe's stream, we're going to take a look at the debt, the DOGE. We're going to take a look at Trump signing the big, beautiful bill. We're going to take a look at some pending hearings for crypto taxation. And again, at the end, I'm going to talk a little bit about gold, so stick around for that. All right, now, Joe, normally what I do is I show you where we were in the debt and DOGE clock the week prior when Joe and I are live. Now, Joe and I did not go live last Monday, so this is actually 2 weeks ago, okay? 2 weeks ago, just so, for numbers, you see exactly where we're at. So 2 weeks ago, $37 trillion, $14 billion, excuse me, with regard to the debt, and $529 billion with regard to DOGE. Here is the live debt clock as we speak. So 37 trillion, 73 billion in debt. Now, that's about average for what we've been averaging with regard to, we've been in that $29 billion a week range with regard to the debt. And again, the DOGE still climbing, which kind of shocks me given the fact that, there's basically no more work with regard to that going on. But whatever, I'll take any savings still. You know what I mean? Why not? But I'll tell you what, Joe, we're going to talk the big, beautiful bill in a few minutes. And it concerns me that that's going to start increasing the amount of debt more quickly than it already is. Just anything you want to add?
What is it going to do to the debt? What'd you say? Say that again.
It's going to increase the debt by I forgot the exact number. I think I might have it in that segment, but I believe it's like by $7 trillion. That's insane. That's absolutely insane.
And what is that bill again?
He calls it the big, beautiful bill. Trump's big, beautiful bill, BBB. Matter of fact, you know what? Seeing we're talking about that, let's, instead of going to where I was going to go, let's go find that right now. And we'll watch him sign it into law live right now. At the end, I kind of like at the end, they have a little bit of fun. He kind of gavels it in there. So let's just let this run for a second here. It's about a minute long.
Woo, Mr. Brown! That was a good one. That was a good one. Wow.
Mr. President, this is the gavel we use to enact the big, beautiful bill. And I want you to have that.
And he takes a little time to gavel it in
Are
himself.
we ready?
Gavel us
We're ready.
in.
Are you ready? Good.
I probably should have brought that up full screen there, but you get the point. I love BC right here. Yeah, more debt because less income from taxes, and yes, middle finger to you, baby. Absolutely, absolutely. But yeah, I'm not thrilled with the fact that we're going to be seeing more in the way of debt just increasing. I mean, if you've watched video 4 of Secrets, the Hidden Secrets of Money, you know that they have no choice but to continue to increase debt. But okay, again, I'm more about pump the brakes versus step on the accelerator to put us over the edge with regard to the debt. Anyway, I don't know, Joe. Anything you want to add in that? I know I'm just kind of
for me, like I'm
just
so out of it. I'm so out of the loop. You know, y'all have probably been talking about this forever. I just don't remember any of this stuff. Maybe because I don't want to remember it because it's so traumatizing. But when it comes down to all of this stuff, is like they're putting this bill which will reduce I'm guessing our taxes in general. And because it's reducing the taxes, well, they need the money from somewhere. So then that's why the debt's going to increase by $7 trillion. And is that annually or is that, there are parts of me that I don't even want to know because it's like, man, I can barely pay for this, one pack of ramen that I got split up in 4. It's like, oh my gosh.
I know. I get it. And yes, it is partially a reduction in taxes. It's also, there is some spending increases like defense, et cetera, et cetera. But yeah. And
one thing I haven't seen this in a long time. That one old black lady that looks like Kermit the Frog, that was always talking about, they can't be doing this, and Elon Musk isn't president, and about when the whole DOGE thing just started out. How you had all those crazy people trying to enter wherever to stop. It's like, where are those people right now? Did they just give up, or what happened to them?
Yes, it does seem that way, doesn't it? It really does. And BC right here with some more facts right there from BC. And all right, first off, where did it go? Oh my God, I just lost it. I don't know. StreamYard changed its interface, so like, man, it's making me cray trying to keep up with this right here. First off, Andrea in the house, welcome. Appreciate you being here. And yeah, listen, we probably need to have an entire stream just on that whole money supply thing and so on. And Joe, thank you. This guy, he is all over it, putting this stuff right in the chat. He's the man. Bingo bangos, please. Bingo bangos. Joe's all over it. And there we go. Watch the money supply facts, man. Facts. Yeah. Anyway, let's get on to the next thing. We've still got a few more news items here, and we'll be heading over to Joe's stream. So don't forget.
I do want to point out one thing.
Yeah. Go ahead.
For me, like, I'm in crypto. I know I know a very small portion of the government, the economy. And the only reason I know this very small portion is because I have very smart people that I hang out with. CCM, BC Port Corp, Piper Academy.
Yep.
But a lot of people, they don't have smart people who know about all this stuff. So they're even more lost than I am. And the only reason I'm this lost is because, well, I have y'all. And not only that, but, if I have any questions, I just ask, and you're like, oh, it's because of this, or you need to watch this. It's like, oh, wow. Like, y'all know, but they're like, the majority of people don't know this. And that's why when stuff happens in the economy, they're like, okay.
Yeah, they get blindsided.
Yeah. Even me, I'm still
about it, Joe. People are just trying to survive, like you were just saying, splitting up the ramen. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
People are just trying to survive. Man,
It's crazy.
man. It is crazy. It is absolutely crazy. And see, okay, I guess I'm not the only one having some streaming issues. I guess misery loves company, but there it is. Thanks, David. I appreciate that. All right, we're going to keep moving along here. About 25 minutes, we're going to be heading over to Joe's stream. So sit tight for that. Here we go. I thought this was interesting, Joe. I'll be interested to see what you think about this. Russia rolls out life insurance policies tied to Bitcoin ETFs. Interesting. I would not have considered this an option, and I realize they're using the ETFs because life insurance companies have to operate within the TradFi system, et cetera, et cetera. But I mean, you're basically backing someone's life insurance with Bitcoin for all intent and purposes, if I understand what they've got going correctly. What do you think about this, Joe? Are you? I'm open, man. I'm open.
When you first read that, my initial thought was, because somebody has a Bitcoin ETF, they can get life insurance. That's how I kind of registered it as you read it. And my eyeballs got kind of like, what? Just because for me, like anybody who has life insurance, one wants to protect their life, as far as the money and all that fun stuff goes. But to me, that's kind of like, if they have life insurance, if they have Bitcoin ETFs, their potential chance of being harmed or unalived has just increased, and that's why they're offering life insurance. So my brain just kind of went all over the place on that one.
That's an interesting take on it, Joe. I really didn't look at it that way. I took more that the policies are backed with the ETFs, so the policy itself per se. But that's
I'm looking at the opposite way, I guess. Bitcoin. Yep. If you have Bitcoin, then you get that. But so that the way that read is, if you have the life insurance, it's being backed by the ETFs. Is that what?
Yes. Yeah. And but you're right about. I mean, we've talked about how many times on this stream,
the kidnapping,
Joe, with a lot of the attacks that have been going on, the wrench attacks and attempted abductions, and absolutely.
And there was last season, there was quite a few of them that I heard about, where they were in pieces in suitcases, the people, because they got all their crypto. It's like, holy smokes, how dangerous is that? It's scary.
Yeah. You definitely having good security practices, and when I say that, I'm not just talking online security practices, but physical security practices. Right. Definitely a must, especially in this day and age. Yep, go ahead, Joe.
You will know that I made it in crypto when I have 10 security bodyguards. Now, these aren't going to be some big old Samoan or black dudes or, big. No, they're going to be some 10 fine women around me. So nobody is going to be even looking at me. It's going to be like that scene from Catch Me If You Can, when he's got all those stewardesses around him and he's walking through the terminal. That's how it's going to be. So give you a heads up.
There you go.
You're never going to know I was there.
That deserves.
I didn't know I was there.
Back. I would pay to see that, even, Joe. I'm just saying.
I'd be paying them to be here. Yeah. So yeah. And you're going to be like, Joe, you said you were coming to the conference. I didn't see you. I was there, man. No, Nobody saw you. Oh, you saw these women? Oh, yeah, man. We've never seen such beautiful women. I was right in the center. They were. Oh.
Yep. It was on every arm. Yeah.
Yep.
I got you.
Right.
Nice. Well, we look forward to seeing that, Joe. I'm just saying.
Same here.
Same
here.
All right. We're going to keep going. Don't forget, about 20 minutes. We're heading over to see Joe live. We're going to raid his stream. But in the meantime, come on, work for me. There it goes. In the meantime, let's talk about this. Spain's second largest bank. I love that banks are starting to do this now. are telling their clients to put up to 7% of their portfolio in Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. It's about damn time. That's all I got to say to that. Because, you know, to keep it in fiat is just stupid. And, you know, I get it. Gold, silver, sure. No problem with that. Even other precious metals, even real estate, sure. But, like, why would you avoid something that's got huge upside potential and is literally like the next generation of things? I mean, so I'm glad to see this. Have you read any others or anything like that, Joe? Other banks, TradFi stuff?
No, but I am
folks?
curious. Why would the banks want them to take out 7% of their money that the bank holds to put in crypto that they don't have access to? So I'm thinking, like, these, do the banks themselves offer the ability to buy crypto at their bank so that they can just transfer the 7% out of their fiat money that they're holding to put into the crypto? So it's pretty much not your keys, not your wallet, still type situation, to where if anything happens, the bank still owns it, kind of. Because to me, it doesn't make any sense. It's like, you know, don't hold your money with us, put it somewhere else. But the bank is making money because they're loaning out that money.
Now, I don't know if this particular bank does custody for its clients. I don't know, in fairness, but I will say we've talked about it here, Joe. A lot of these banks are offering custody services. So you probably just hit the nail on the head with they're going to just say, okay, let's move it out of, you know, whatever the Spanish fiat is over to this, and we'll we'll custody that for you. But at the end of the day, if that's what they're actually doing, you don't got any more control over that than you do the numbers on your dashboard in your bank account, right?
Right. And the bank is actually making money off of that transaction because it's already in the bank. But it's like, hey, you know what? I want to help you out. Let's move your money from here, 7% only, from here to here, and blah, blah, blah. And then now that bank gets that commission.
Yeah, possibly. And then BC chiming in here with probably a management fee for holding. Possibly.
Yeah,
I mean, listen, it's all about the money, right? I mean, it just is. You know, everything's about the flipping money. Anyway, and now let's talk lawsuits, because everybody loves a lawsuit or two. A Canadian woman is suing her phone company after losing 12 Bitcoin. Oh my God, losing 12 Bitcoin in a SIM swap scam. That's over 1.8 million in today's dollars at the current price of Bitcoin. I don't know how successful she'll be, but I think it will put cell companies on notice to have good procedures in place to prevent SIM swaps, my opinion. But I don't know if she'll be successful in recovering that kind of money. I don't know. According to this, she alleges a store employee gave her information to a hacker. So that makes it even more liable. But in my opinion, but I don't know. Thoughts about that, Joe?
Yeah, it's just really sad, the social engineering that people, without even knowing, they give out their information, you know. So it just be very careful. A matter of fact, I know we're going off track, but matter of fact, there was a reporter, and it was, I think, just a regular person, but she's like, we have the highest number of people giving out their passwords without even knowing it. Have you done that before? And they go to a girl and they're like, no. You know, my passwords are safe. You know, my passwords are from, you know, my, and then it's like, well, is your password like a famous place or anything? I said, oh no, it's my high school. Oh really? Where'd you go? Oh, I went to San Bankman High. Oh really? What year did you graduate? Oh, in 90 or 2002 or whatever. I was like, oh, and so what's your name of your dog? So they're getting all the information, and so it's like, without even knowing, you're giving it out. So
yeah. You think you're having a conversation. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So yeah, just be real careful.
Excuse me, guys.
And another way that you can lose money, kind of a related thing but another way you can lose money is get divorced. They take half. So give you a heads up.
Yeah, there you go.
Just give you a heads up.
Yeah, I know.
That's why I'm so bored. I've been divorced 3 times. Oh my gosh. Ouch.
I wasn't prepared. Sorry. All right, let's keep this going. Next thing. And listen, I'm down to the last 2 items, and then we're heading over to Ray Joe's stream. I don't know, Joe. You may have to start a little bit early. I don't know.
It's all good for me.
Man. All right. So this is just out. The House Ways and Means Committee, was one of the subcommittees in the House of Representatives, basically saying that they are going to hold a hearing on crypto tax policy. That is supposed to be happening, and we'll scroll down so you can see the whole thing right here. Supposed to be happening the 9th of this month, so 2 days from today. That's supposed to be happening. So on Wednesday. I think that's a good thing, long overdue. We need some better guidance with regard to crypto taxes, and frankly, we need to have like a de minimis exemption for like small transactions, stuff like that, so it makes crypto more usable in real life for those of us who live in the United States. Because we know why would you spend your minimum amount of money on a coffee, your Bitcoin, whatever, Litecoin, whatever one you're using, and then have to pay capital gains on top of that. That just makes 0 sense whatsoever. But I'm glad to see this. Anything you want to put in? Anything else you want to put in on that?
Mm-mm.
Joe? Sorry.
No.
Okay. And FF is in the house. Appreciate you being here, FF. And all right, that's it. Let's get to the last piece. Told you we're going to talk gold at the end here. And you guys know that we've talked GoldBacks. We showed you some GoldBacks. Hell, we've given away, thank you to Daniel Diaz, GoldBacks on Crypto on the Rocks. And Metal Marks, thank you, Allie from Metal Mark. And here we go. Here's the latest limited release. I'm hoping it's not sold out as I'm reporting on this, because you guys are going to go there and you're going to be like, it's so, wait, what's Joe got? There it is. Look at that. Joe's got it ready. Nice. There's the Metal Mark right there. I'll tell you, that thing is gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Great artwork on that. Great artwork.
Pretty cool stuff.
Yeah, it is. It is. And yeah, I mean, go back and check out some of those Crypto on the Rocks. We gave away. We're doing a lot of giveaways on Crypto on the Rocks lately, although no gold in this last one this past Friday here, but still appreciate that. So right here, just to give you all the information as they've put it out here. Now, this is from GoldBack themselves. So this is directly from the proverbial horse's mouth here. Basically, this is their first ever 3 denomination release for Oklahoma, and it's the state of Oklahoma. For those who know or don't know already, they put out releases for different states. Matter of fact, the GoldBacks that were given away were Florida GoldBacks during Crypto on the Rocks. This one happens to be for Oklahoma, and I'm going to show you the picture of it in a minute. But they have only 4,000, which is twice as rare as Florida. So, I mean, I'm hoping if you're interested, they still have some. And here's the information. Again, links to everything that I've talked about today is in the description. So make sure that you're going ahead and checking that out. But take a look at this. I don't know. This is, damn. Look at the intricacy to that. It's just like crazy beautiful. It just is, man. Just is. Yeah, need me one of those born. There you go, BC. You better get on it, because it's only 4,000 of them being released. So, and like I said, I think they put this post out over the weekend, if my memory serves. So it could already be gone by Monday. Lord knows, people are all over this stuff for GoldBacks. So man, if you like GoldBacks, go visit. Links for everything in the description. If you want MetalMark, link in the description for that. Kinesis Gold, I'll tell you what, Joe, I signed up for Kinesis Gold and I've been using it now. I'm really liking it. I'm really liking it. Link in the description for that as well. That's literally all the news I got, Joe. I don't know. We're about 10 minutes ahead of schedule here. I'm so sorry. But do you want to head over and start getting your stream ready, and I'll give everybody an update on what's coming up this week?
Yeah. So give me about 5 minutes, and I'll get everything ready, and then I'll be looking forward to everybody coming on over. If you're on X, make sure to come over to YouTube. Smash the like, of course, and thank you for everybody smashing the like. You guys are the best. And then from here, we'll be redirected to my channel where we talk about crypto, we talk about setups, we talk about just, how to trade, and all this we give for free. You don't have to pay me to join the group, and I show you how to trade. I show you how to trade, every single day. All right, guys, that's all I got. I do thank you. We'll see you guys soon. Take care.
All right. Thanks, Joe. We'll see you in a bit. All right. Yeah. So we're going to head over. We're going to raid Joe's stream, like I said, in a little bit here. So when we get there, make sure you're typing in CCM raid. But let me give you an update as to what's going on in the for this week here, at least for my channel anyway. So tonight, don't forget, 7 p.m. Eastern time, myself, BC, Port Corp, and Crypto Bedell will be live. We're going to talk more about the moving of that BTC, some of the legacy, I'm calling it Satoshi era BTC. We're going to talk about the solo miners because I'll tell you what, I think the solo mining thing is a plus. Like I said, my plan is to, once we're done at Joe's stream, to try and go and order me another BitX. So come check out the stream later on tonight, and I'll let you know if I got it. And let's see, tomorrow, 6 p.m. Eastern time, guess what? Matrix Money podcast will be back. So I haven't got it set up on my channel yet, but watch, it's coming. Appreciate everybody jumping back in to support that coming back. I'm super excited about that. And then again on Wednesday morning, 11 a.m. Eastern time, Joe and I will be back here to give you some midweek info, whatever it happens to be. There's not a lot of stuff coming out of like the Fed and stuff like that this week, but we'll still give you whatever we got, plus any other new information in the crypto space. You know how that goes. And then, of course, this Friday, don't forget, Crypto on the Rocks, 7 p.m. Eastern time. I don't know that we're going to be doing any giveaways this week, but we're going to always have a good time. Tell you what, I gotta cut back the drinking a little bit. I was really bad after this. I was so excited about giving all that stuff away. CCM swag everywhere. Anyway, and again, shout out to Shuby for literally printing up those hats live on the stream. And I've sent him that information. So for those who did win some of that CCM swag, don't forget to, don't forget, I will be getting that out to you. He's already got the information for shipping. So that will be dropping soon. Appreciate everybody. All right. We are going to head out. We're going to head over to Joe's stream. We're going to go raid his stream. When we get there, don't forget, like I said, CCM raid in the chat. And all right. Appreciate everybody being here. I'll see you tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern time, hot of the line. See you then.